At the start of the movie, we learn that after Earth was destroyed, humans built new colonies in space. But life in these colonies wasn't easy at all. Every day was a fight to survive. Nothing stayed the same for long. If someone couldn't adapt to the changes, they wouldn't make it. While this is being explained, we see a scene inside a spaceship. Out of nowhere, an alien ship appears. Inside, a young girl sees it coming and, terrified, locks herself in a room. A few moments later, her scared father reaches the door and starts banging on it, calling her name. The girl hesitates, unsure if she should open the door. Suddenly, a screen nearby turns on. Her mother appears on it and warns her, "Be strong. No matter what happens, don't open the door for anyone." The girl is still confused and afraid. Then growling sounds echo through the hallway. Moments later, we see that her father has been killed. The girl breaks down in tears, and her mother tries to comfort her through the screen, telling her to stay brave. But before the girl can calm down, she sees on the same screen that the aliens are now attacking her mother too. Within seconds, her mother is killed as well. The girl's name is Olivia, and in just one moment, she loses everything. The story then jumps ahead many years. Olivia is now an adult, living in one of the human colonies in space, but she still wakes up at night, haunted by the same sounds that killed her father. The world around her feels fake. Even the trees look like plastic toys. One morning, Olivia looks at her old family photo. A girl named Mira, her fiance's daughter, enters the room. Mira asks about her father, but when she notices Olivia staring at the photo, she asks about Olivia's family. Olivia quietly tells her that both her parents died long ago. Soon after, Mira's father, Andrew, Olivia's fiance, comes in. He asks gently, "Have you decided yet? Will you stay with us?" Olivia thinks for a moment, then shakes her head and says, "I only have 3 months left on my contract. After that, I plan to go back to Earth." Andrew looks sad, but Olivia gives him a small smile and promises she'll return to see him again. A little later, a young boy comes to meet Olivia. He's full of curiosity about Earth, a planet he's only heard about in stories. With excitement in his eyes, he asks, "Is it true that animals really exist on Earth?" Olivia smiles softly and nods. She starts describing everything: the blue oceans, green forests, open skies, mountains, birds, and animals. All the things this boy has never seen inside their metal space colony. As she talks, the boy listens quietly, lost in the imagination of a beautiful world that feels almost like a dream. After their talk, Olivia heads to the control room where she meets her co-worker Arlo. He tells her that the team is updating some systems in the colony's main network. Everything seems normal at first, but suddenly Olivia's communication screen lights up. It's Mira calling again, and this time she's scared. Her voice trembles as she says, "Olivia, please, don't leave us. Either stay here forever or take us with you to Earth." Olivia tries to calm her down, speaking gently. "Mira, going to Earth isn't possible for you all, and I can't stay here forever either." Before she can finish her sentence, the call suddenly disconnects. Almost instantly, loud emergency sirens echo across the colony. Then a huge explosion shakes the entire facility. The lights flicker, alarms blare, and confusion spreads everywhere. Without wasting time, Olivia and Arlo start sending warning messages to everyone, telling them to move to safe rooms immediately. People begin running through the hallways in panic. Arlo worries about those who might have been injured in the blast, but Olivia's mind is focused. She wants to find out what caused it. She checks the control panels but realizes that all surveillance cameras have gone offline. Frustrated and uneasy, she decides to go outside to check what's happening herself. Just then, Arlo glances out of the large observation window and freezes in shock. Hovering silently outside the colony is a strange ship, unlike anything human-made. The truth hits them both. It's an alien ship. The colony is under attack. Olivia immediately starts sealing off the damaged sector, locking down all entry points, but they still can't confirm whether the aliens have already entered the colony. She stares into the dark hallways, but the power is unstable and visibility is poor. She quickly turns on the tracking system. Red dots flash across the screen, showing unknown life forms moving through the colony. The dots multiply fast, spreading like a virus. Humans are being hunted and killed one after another. The death count rises every second. Realizing how bad things are, Olivia declares a full emergency lockdown. She orders everyone to run to the nearest shelters and stay there. She calls Mira again, telling her to stay inside Sector 2, then contacts Andrew, asking him to reach that same area. But before Andrew can make it, his signal vanishes. The aliens have found him. He's dead. Meanwhile, the situation in Sector 5 turns even worse. Although it was completely sealed, the aliens tear through its heavy walls as if they were made of paper. Watching the live damage feed, Olivia and Arlo exchange horrified looks. Within minutes, every person inside Sector 5 is dead. Olivia takes quick action. She instructs everyone from sectors 1, 2, and 3 to move towards shelter 2, while the people from sectors 4 and 5 are told to go to shelter 1. But panic spreads. Some refuse to hide. They want to fight back, believing they can protect themselves. Arlo shouts at them, trying to make them understand. No, you don't understand? We have no weapons strong enough to stop them. These things are monsters. Fighting them is suicide. As Arlo argues with the panicked survivors, Olivia starts thinking differently. She realizes something. If some of them stay behind to fight, even for a few minutes, it could distract the aliens long enough for the others to escape. Following Olivia's plan, Arlo goes out to help the remaining survivors. He starts shouting directions, guiding people on where the aliens are coming from and where they should attack. For a moment, it feels like humans might stand a chance, but within seconds, everything falls apart. The aliens move too fast, too violently, tearing through everyone in their path. The fight ends almost instantly, leaving only silence and death behind. Arlo watches in horror as his people are slaughtered. His fear turns into anger. He runs back to the control room and yells, "Open all the shelters! Maybe we can save the others who are still out there." But Olivia immediately stops him. "No," she says firmly. "If we open the shelters now, the aliens will find them. Everyone inside will die." She knows it's a terrible choice, but opening the shelters would only make things worse. Before they can argue further, both of them hear strange noises outside the control room. At first, it's just a faint scratching sound. Then it becomes louder, growling, clicking, something not human. Arlo and Olivia stare at each other, terrified. A few seconds later, they hear blood-curdling screams echo through the hallways. Then, nothing. Dead silence. They instantly realize what it means. Everyone outside has been killed. Trying to stay calm, they rush back to the control panels. The situation is chaos. Many people still haven't made it to the shelters, and some shelter doors are still open. If the aliens get in, those people won't stand a chance. Olivia turns to Arlo and says urgently, "We need to seal every shelter right now." But Arlo hesitates. "Wait," he pleads. "Some people are still running. If we give them a few more minutes, they might make it inside." Olivia shakes her head. "If we wait, everyone dies," she says. "We have to close them now." She starts to lock the shelters manually, but Arlo stops her. His voice cracks as he points at the screen. His parents are running toward shelter 1. He can't close the doors yet. He just wants to give them a few more seconds. But those few seconds are all it takes for disaster. The aliens break through. Arlo watches helplessly as his parents, along with everyone inside shelter 1, are slaughtered. The screen goes dark. For a long moment, neither of them can move. Olivia and Arlo just sit there, stunned and broken. The monitors flicker, showing destruction all around them. Then a call suddenly comes in. It's from shelter 2. A frightened voice says, "There's something outside the door. It's moving." Olivia quickly realizes that if people start panicking, they'll make noise and attract the creatures. So she lies, speaking calmly. "Listen to me. You're safe. The shelter will hold for at least 2 more hours. Just stay quiet and stay inside." She turns to Arlo and asks softly, "What do we do now?" But Arlo doesn't respond. He's completely lost, staring blankly, still replaying the image of his parents' death in his head. Just then, Olivia's screen lights up again. It's Mira calling. Her voice is shaking. "Olivia, where's my dad? Is he okay?" Olivia freezes for a moment, then forces herself to speak. "He's safe inside shelter 1. She lies. "Don't worry, he'll be fine." Arlo snaps. "Why did you lie to her?" He shouts. "You know he's dead." Olivia looks him straight in the eyes. "Because if we tell everyone the truth, they'll lose hope. If they panic, they'll die. We have to stay calm, and we have to make them believe they're safe, even if they're not." Arlo stares at her for a moment, then slowly he takes a deep breath. Her words sink in. He nods silently, trying to steady himself again. Together they turn back to their screens, trying to find any possible way to call for help. But before they can act, a red alert flashes across the control panel. The message reads, "Communication failure. Radio tower destroyed." Olivia and Arlo exchange a hopeless look. The aliens have cut them off completely. There's no way to contact anyone. They are all alone. Arlo looks at his screen and sees that 6 people still haven't made it into their shelters. They're hiding somewhere outside. Olivia says, "Maybe we can contact them and get their help." They first reach out to a man hiding in a church. The first thing he asks about is his son. His son is already dead, but Olivia and Arlo lie, saying, "He's safe. Don't worry. Then Olivia contacts another survivor named Nish and gives him a mission. He has to help 2 injured people reach the nearest shelter. The man in the church named Bashir is told to repair the damaged radio tower. Meanwhile, Olivia notices a couple hiding deep inside the mining tunnels. She calls them and tells them to come toward the control room where she can keep them safe. But while Bashir is fixing the radio tower, Olivia notices on her screen that a monster is chasing him. At the same time, Nish, who is helping the injured couple, realizes they're in terrible condition. They might not survive much longer. Olivia then gives Nish a new task. She tells him to distract the creatures so that Bashir can finish repairing the tower safely. Nish bravely follows her command. He runs toward the monsters, making noise to lure them away. The plan works. The creatures lose their path and move toward Nish. But in the process, Nish sacrifices his life. Back in the control room, the couple Olivia had called finally arrives. She opens the door to let them in. Meanwhile, Bashir continues working on the radio tower. While repairing it, he asks Olivia, "Has something like this ever happened before?" Olivia takes a deep breath and replies, "Yes, it has. When I was a child, aliens attacked our colony too. My parents were both killed that day. After that, the government took me in, trained me, and taught me how to control the systems of space colonies." Finally, Bashir succeeds. He repairs the radio tower. Olivia quickly sends a distress signal to the main headquarters, asking for help. But the response she gets shocks her. The alien attacks are happening not just in their colony, but across many other space colonies too. All rescue teams are already busy elsewhere, and any help from Earth will take at least 12 hours to arrive. That means Olivia and the remaining survivors must survive on their own for 12 more hours. Suddenly, Bashir spots a creature approaching him. To kill it, he throws a grenade, but the explosion kills him too. Back in the control room, the pregnant woman whom Olivia had given shelter to speaks up. Her husband tells Olivia there's an escape ship that can carry 3 people to safety. The woman looks at Olivia and says, "We can all leave now, just the 3 of us." Forget everyone else. Olivia is stunned by her selfishness. She says firmly, "I risked my life to save you 2, and now you want me to abandon everyone else?" But the woman doesn't care. She refuses to listen. When Olivia still refuses to go, the woman pulls out a gun and points it at Arlo's neck. Olivia warns her coldly, "If you hurt Arlo, even a scratch, I'll release the alien trapped inside Shelter 1 and send it straight to Mine 1, where your husband is hiding." The woman doesn't back down. A fight breaks out between them. In the chaos, Olivia keeps her word. She opens the control and releases the monster from Shelter 1. Hearing loud noises coming from the mine, the monster heads straight in that direction. It's about to attack the man hiding there, but he manages to escape and runs toward the control room. Olivia quickly opens the door to let him in, but the monster follows right behind him. Now the woman who had the gun stops pointing it at Arlo and turns it toward the alien creature instead. She fires, trying to kill it, but within a second the monster leaps across the room, grabs her, and kills her instantly. Then it turns toward her husband. After attacking him, the creature sets its eyes on Olivia. Olivia runs into another room to hide, locking the heavy metal door behind her. But the alien is too strong. With one punch, it smashes the door open. Just as the creature is about to reach her, Arlo jumps in from behind and attacks it. The monster turns its attention toward him instead. Arlo pulls out a grenade, throws it at the creature, and the explosion kills it. But Arlo is badly injured in the blast. Olivia rushes to his side. As she kneels beside him, she hears more creatures moving closer. To distract them, she plays loud void noise through the speakers. The monsters enter the area, find the sound source, and throw the device away. But another creature appears soon after. Arlo, bleeding and weak, tells her, "Go, get out of here. I'm not going to make it. At least save yourself." Then he faces the creatures to buy her time. Olivia hesitates but finally escapes through the back door while Arlo fights them off. She reaches the emergency escape ship and is ready to leave. But suddenly, she remembers Mira and the others still trapped inside. She can't abandon them. She turns back and runs toward the control room instead. Once there, she tracks the monsters' locations on the system and sees that they're all gathered in Sector 5. She also knows their weakness. They get distracted by void noise. So she grabs a few noise devices and loads herself with grenades before heading straight to Sector 5. When she gets there, she plays the void noise loudly. The monsters stop and turn toward the sound, confused. Taking advantage of the distraction, Olivia plants grenades all around the area and runs out. A few seconds later, a massive explosion tears through Sector 5, destroying the alien ship and killing every creature inside. Everyone hiding in the shelters survives. Soon after, the rescue team finally arrives. They start bringing the survivors out one by one. Among them is Mira. She asks about her father and learns that he didn't make it. Heartbroken, she then asks the rescue team about Olivia. At first, they don't know where Olivia is. Then Mira spots something on the floor. It's Olivia's old family photograph. She tells the team, she must be nearby. The rescuers start searching the area, and after a short while, they find Olivia, alive and safe. Mira runs to her and hugs her tightly, tears in her eyes. The rescue team gathers around, praising Olivia for her courage. She had saved countless lives and destroyed an entire alien army almost single-handedly. The film ends with the image of Olivia, the brave woman who stood alone against the invasion and survived.